Previously on Master Detective Archives Ring Code.
When all hope seems lost, that's exactly the moment to fight back as detectives.
That's right, Yuma. You gotta fight with the brightest hope you could ever fucking harness.
Goddamn committee, will you get the fuck out of here? There's no time for this.
There's always a time for an even brighter hope, Nico. I say get the fuck out of here.
Okay, all right, I'm going. And now back to Yuma. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm loving it. Oh! NicoB! Back with some more Master Detective Archives Ring Code. When we last left off, I got Chief Yaka's bleeding out and I'm just standing here talking to everybody like a stupid dumbass. Chief, are you okay? Oh, yeah. What's that?
I said fucking kill me. Why am I still alive?
Well, we're trapped in this room. Obviously, we can't go investigating, right? Wrong. Vivia time. By which I mean Vivia's not going to do anything. He's going to go to sleep. But we're going to borrow his power to essentially exit our own body as a freaking ghost to phase through the environment and investigate the crime scene. Unfortunately, after doing so, Vivia does decide he actually wants to show up and tells us, yeah, don't do that or I'll kill you. What? No, you know what? I'm just going to kill you anyway. But after some words from Jedi Ghost Yako, I guess, Vivia decides to work with us, albeit reluctantly. However, even after all of our investigating, we still couldn't get a look at the old man's computer. So Yuma, being the little psycho he is, decides to just run his ass in there, past a bunch of peacekeepers to hack in it. And just as it seems like Yomi is finally going to take care of these damn detectives, Shinigami's like, all right, that's good enough. Get in the maze. And now we are off to the Mystery Labyrinth. This is definitely an interesting one. I am not quite sure where we're going with this because we don't really have like a bunch of suspects in this one. Like, who's a suspect here? The little short dude? Even though the person we saw that like exited was clearly a very tall man, little like short scientist guy. Like, I don't think so, or at least a tall individual. I don't know if they're suggesting, oh, it's Vivia, but I don't think that's the case. I don't. That just doesn't feel right. Even if Vivia is a tall dude, I also just don't think he would like kill a dude and then try to like cover it up or stop us because he didn't want us to find the truth about him or about him doing that. That just doesn't seem right. I don't think that's the kind of character he is. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a dude. Maybe that's all it is it's just a guy. But there's a clear fear from Vivia here that in discovering this is going to ruin the peace, right? Ruin his and everyone else's peace for whatever reason, which leads me to believe it must be some higher up, maybe someone within the Master Detective like group, maybe number one, maybe? Like, he clearly knows something we don't. And it's interesting because we still haven't really gotten a moment where Vivia has confronted Yuma about Shinigami. Like, he clearly knows about the death book and about her to some extent. And we keep seeing Shinigami say that Vivia is also someone not to be trifled with, like someone who is also very dangerous, which is it's this very interesting back and forth that has me just kind of like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. What are we trying to say here? Is Vivia a god? Am I a god? Are we both freaking gods? I'm a god. Shut up, Shinigami. No, you're not. No, I mean, I'm literally a death god. That's frigging semantics. The point is, I am super interested to see where this case is going. This one got me by the freaking balls. But anyway, last episode, Kaiser Kai 16 said, so a defining character moment for Vivia. Vivia sees Yuma as a friend, but he also isn't afraid to slice Yuma's neck open. Why? Well, to Vivia, death isn't that bad. In fact, Vivia desires it. So rather than seeing killing Yuma as an evil deed against his friend, he sees himself saving Yuma from losing his peace by not allowing him to pursue the truth. Yes, Yuma would be dead, but he would have peace. This is a foil to Yuma, who sees the value of life and believes he needs to find the truth in the hope it will save lives. Yet Yuma loses his sense of peace after every case because his attempts to save people cost lives. So in the scene where Vivia says to Yuma that he will kill him, you have a detective that finds the truth to preserve peace, threatening to kill a detective who finds the truth to save lives, even at the cost of his peace and the lives of the criminals. Very interesting. That is a very interesting, introspective look at Vivia and also Yuma. Yeah, it does kind of like go against what Yuma is, or well, what Yuma represents. I'm actually kind of digging what we're doing with Vivia's character. Like he's not just like this, like kind of amiable but lazy detective guy. Like he's clearly got some air about him that like separates him from the others. Like he understands way more than the other master detectives in the group. Which would probably explain why he's being saved for the very end here, right? I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do for chapter 5. It's probably just more like a group effort kind of thing, I imagine. Like all of us coming together. Granted, this was kind of been that way too, with literally all of us being trapped in a room and sort of helping each other out to an extent, even if it's been mostly Vivia using his forte. But yeah, really cool character juxtaposition here, and like seeing Vivia as a foil to Yuma in that way. But guys, thank you so much for your incredibly enlightening and interesting comment. And here's that reason you are comment today. All right, I do not know where we're going with this case. I don't. It's like, it seems to me like we could be saying, oh, we're using Vivia's ability to be able to avoid the poison gas or whatever. But this doesn't seem right to me. Like something else weird is going on. Like how this guy got through that freaking gauntlet of bullshit and through the gas. I'm not seeing it yet. So let's piece this shit together. Let's get started. I'll be actually curious too, now that Shinigami is going to be in her form here. He's got to obviously have to say something to her, right? Because I was sort of surprised to see when we were in our ghost forms, he didn't say anything to Shinigami, even though I'm sure he saw her. So this, I think, will be also very enlightening. Why do I always lose my hat but then get my cape? I don't get it, but whatever. Oh, Vivia's already up.
Again with the falling. Why can't it ever be a gentle landing?
I saw another comment for one of you guys last episode. I thought it was really funny. Where as they're falling down here, Vivia just says to himself, "God, I hope there's fall damage."
Oh, Vivia. This is called the Mystery Labyrinth.
So, this place is a physical manifestation of mysteries from the case?
What? Did you already know that, or Shinigami explain it to you?
You can tell? Well, anyway, this actually isn't my forte. It's...
Due to the power of death. Her, right?
No, he just knows. He knows, he just understands the power of this death book, right?
Huh?
So you really could see me this whole time?
Mm-hmm.
He could?
He could? Yes, Yuma, God! Keep up!
It's due to my spiritual affinity. Ever since I was young, I've been able to see otherworldly things. My forte was gained through training that innate talent. Though, I wasn't able to see her clearly like this before. I could tell you were talking to some haze following you around, but that was it. Until one day, I used my spectral projection at the agency and saw that death god clear as crystal. After that, I did some research. I discovered that the WDO Underground Book Vault held something called the Book of Death, and also that someone had taken it.
Did I take it? Before I lost my memories?
I don't know. Since you're a rookie, I doubt you'd have access to the book vault. Only a handful of people have WDO clearance for that.
Just a handful?
Anyway, you've been using this ability to solve the other cases up till now, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, this is also related to the mysterious deaths of all those culprits? My guess is, clearing a labyrinth, a materialization of a mystery, causes its true perpetrator to die. If that's the case, you've killed a lot of people with your own hands, Yuma.
Damn. This is, I think Vivia's fucking awesome, dude. I fucking love this character. Holy shit. What a cool, interesting, mysterious character who's also clearly very intelligent. Very lazy, but very intelligent.
Well, I didn't really kill anyone. It's just what happens when...
Nope. I may be the one reaping their souls, but the blood is still on your hands.
Shut up! No, you should be on my side, Shinigami!
What? Hey!
No point in pretending to be a goody two-shoes. You're risking your life to solve these mysteries.
Kill everyone who stands in your way.
I see. So you're determined to do this, huh? Sorry, but I don't think I have that kind of conviction myself. So, I think I'll take a nap here while you go and risk your life.
You can sleep if you want, but you won't be able to get out.
Is that so?
If you're not with Master when and if he solves the labyrinth, this place will collapse around you. Well, if you don't have any regrets in the real world, you're free to die here.
Regrets? I don't have any of those, but there are still some things I've left unfinished. Especially after you exposed the mystery of this case.
What do you mean by that?
I'll be perfectly clear. I'm just going to tag along. I'll leave the heavy lifting to you.
Does he already just knows. Which is interesting because, wait, how hard do you know that? Shouldn't you have lost all your memories of the case? Lose your memories of the, yeah, he should, right? He literally just said, after you solve this case, well, it's just gonna get fucking real. How do you even remember what the case was?
I don't care what you do, just don't get in our way. Well, Master, let's do the usual.
Maybe Shinigami told him? I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
Vivia, don't look. This just gets weird.
I am.
Alright, get in there, Master.
Please don't say that. Ah, Jesus. Again, you really could store this somewhere more sanitary. Just saying.
No, I couldn't.
Vivia's like weird.
Is that sword for cutting through mysteries? This place must be pretty dangerous.
Here you go, Master. Here's your solution key.
Thanks.
Is that key something like a clue for the case? Wow. Looks like you're ready to go.
Could you be more of a doubter? Whatever. I'm gonna ignore you. So let's go and unravel this mystery labyrinth. Let's hunt down this culprit who preys on the truth.
We have to walk? This is unbearable.
Oh, just let me die here. I changed my mind. Fuck this shit.
Come on! You're bumming me out here.
I thought you were going to ignore him.
All right, here we go.
Blah.
Say, Vivia, do you remember anything about the case?
Yeah, okay, good. You're asking Yuma.
You mean Dr. Huesca's murder?
What?
Or are you talking about when Chief Yako was attacked?
He does remember. What the fuck?
Huh? You remember? Everyone else that came here lost their memories.
That's pretty rare. Must be because of his whole spiritual thing.
Huh.
So the others lost their memories. That's why no one remembers this death god.
How rude of them. It's thanks to yours truly that those cases got solved.
That reminds me, I used my coalescence with Fubuki before Vivia. But Vivia is the only one who came into the Mystery Labyrinth.
Wait, what? I used my coalescence with Fubuki before Vivia. Oh, so it didn't pull Fubuki in, means.
I guess coalescence got overwritten. Maybe it only takes the most recent ability. I don't know either.
You don't know? But coalescence is your power, Shinigami.
Relax, will ya? Minor detail.
You would have been better off with Fubuki. She would have been far more useful for this case.
It doesn't matter anyway. No one can use their forte here.
Oh, so now I really don't have to do anything. Thank goodness. What a relief.
Jeez! You ever think your lack of motivation could be contagious?
Hey, relax.
Woo! All right, double doors.
Ooh, there's that mystery!
Oh, Lord. Vivi, don't look! I wish I could die like that. What?
I told you to stop surprising me like that.
Where's the question?
I thought this labyrinth would only require your wits. But it looks like it's going to take more than that, Yuma.
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot of wits, so he doesn't have a choice.
First he has a lot of blood.
Huh? Why didn't a problem appear?
Not only was there no problem, no choice appeared either.
What?
Master, maybe you don't even know which mystery to start with to solve this case.
Yeah, there's so many unknowns. I'm honestly feeling lost right now.
Come on! You gotta know where to start with this stuff, or you won't be able to solve a single thing. Let's decide that for now. What's the first mystery of this case?
The first mystery is the fact that Dr. Weska was murdered in a completely locked room with no way in or out. The doctor was located deep in the critical lab, behind layers of security. And yet, he was found stabbed to death. We were the first to discover the body. At the time, we were controlling the robot, Amapel. Because of that, we were thought to be the culprits. But we obviously aren't. So how did the culprit get in and out of the doctor's lab? That's what I don't know.
But the culprit is definitely the hitman, right?
I think so, but I'm not absolutely sure. Besides, even if the hitman did it, there's the question of who hired him. But there's no doubt the hitman stabbed Chief Yako. That's the only thing I'm absolutely certain about.
Peacekeepers?
Kanai Ward's garbage. What are you doing here?
Yomi Hell Smile.
Wait. Not crazy form?
So the director of the Peacekeepers is here.
Yeah, but he's just part of the Mystery Labyrinth.
No.
I figured.
Okay.
In other words, he's a monster created from the labyrinth, right?
Right.
You pieces of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Disturbing the peace of Kanai Ward.
Whoa, it looks like a fucking Shinigami Tensei final boss. It was just kind of weird, because usually we don't run into them in, like, these little in-between sections. Usually it's, like, in the hallways or other spots, not, like, in these door sections.
This guy doesn't seem like an easy opponent.
But we have no choice. For Chief Yako. For everyone.
He's a strangely floppy sword.
You killed Dr. Weska, didn't you? Turn yourselves in so I can torture you to death!
Interesting, he's got a demon and, like, a seemingly an angel on the other side. Is he like a monster with, like, decent intentions or some shit? Or maybe a very Monokuma-esque open despair? Maybe? It's kind of all I know. That's, my stick. Security log, security power lot supply.
You're the ones.
Records show the security system was disabled and hour ago. Last time it was disabled. Before that was 90 days ago. The critical lab secure system operates on a separate power system than what is managed in the electric room. The toxic gas is bacterial, so gas mask will stop at 30 minutes after exposure. A shoe print. Let's go with this one for right now.
To kill Dr. Weska. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab.
Disarmed. No, I didn't. Yep, this is the one. What? Wait, what? Isn't that the right? You disarmed the security system. No. Oh, wait, no. It shows it was disabled an hour ago. So no, wait, I read that wrong.
You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab.
Worm.
And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active.
Shit, I hit the wrong button. Oh, that's this one here.
Active.
No?
The security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active.
Possible to bypass the system while it's active. Nope.
It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder.
There couldn't be an intruder. Okay. No, it's this. It actually... Wow, I'm shocked it was the footprint on the head.
When the body was first discovered, Amapal was about to enter the doctor's lab, but something bumped into it and knocked it over. In fact, there was a mark on Amapal's head, like someone kicked it. That mark wasn't there when we borrowed it. It's proof that someone else was in the lab.
You call that evidence? Is bullshit the only thing that comes out of that mouth?
Put your floppy wiener sword away.
Don't make me laugh.
Oh god. Ow, shit, jumped into it.
Shit. It was an intruder? That's impossible. And in fact, you proved that yourself.
Shit.
You proved that yourself.
That claim doesn't hold up. What do you mean? We proved there wasn't an intruder.
You still don't understand? Don't make me laugh.
Lab map, contamination device, panel chamber, vent in the critical lab. So lab map, a floor plan of the lab. It was supposed to be top secret file, but it was found hidden behind a house plant. Device exists to prevent leakage from the toxic gas chamber. The lid is barred, but has a hinge to make it easy to open and close. Panel chamber decontamination device. Unlike the decontamination device in the lock chamber, the cover of the one in the panel chamber cannot open or close. Vent in the critical lab, but the cover is fixed in place and not large enough for a person to pass through. Not sure yet.
Was another intruder.
What? Oh, that was wild.
Where did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene, there was no one else, right?
Okay.
There's no place to hide in the critical lab.
Nowhere to hide in the critical lab. I think it's gonna be this, the airlock chamber.
There's no way they got past it. Or are you saying they slipped away and you missed it?
Shit, really? Thought for sure that'd be it.
They slipped away and you missed it. That's obviously impossible. Isn't that funny? You just proved you committed the crime.
Just prove you committed the crime?
Right.
So we didn't see him on our way to the lab after disabling security.
How could the culprit have hidden from us?
There's no place to hide in the critical lab.
It must be that. It must be in the critical lab. Yeah, it is. Okay. I thought I was waiting for him to say specifically the airlock chamber or something. I guess the critical lab was like the whole gauntlet.
There's a hiding spot. It's inside the airlock's decontamination device. The vent cover can be easily removed, and there's just enough space for someone to fit inside. If they hid inside the decontamination device, we wouldn't have seen them when we arrived at the scene.
So what? You've got it all wrong anyway. Everything is wrong. Your existence is all wrong. Have fun chasing that fake truth you found.
Interesting. None of what I've said yet has made him go like, "Ugh," like everybody else yet. He's just kind of like taunting me. His attacks are way more aggressive and kind of wild too compared to everybody else. Wild.
We managed to defeat him this time, but it's not over yet.
He sure is persistent, huh?
Anyway, there's no doubt someone else was inside the doctor's lab. So let's unravel each mystery one at a time.
All right, we'll get it this time.
Okay. Was there an intruder?
Come on, why does it have to be so sudden?
Okay, now that we've wedged our way into this mystery, we just gotta head through the labyrinth and reach the truth!
Our list is pretty straightforward. You better not say you don't know which to pick. Just was curious what Vivia had to say. All right. Yes, of course there was an intruder.
Right here!
We're just now getting to the point. What a pain.
I feel like him and Himiko would get along real well.
What a pain.
Hey, don't sigh, this is a good thing!
Sorry.
Anyway, let's head inside.
There was an intruder for sure! We know someone bumped into Amapal.
The culprit probably hit Amapal on their way out. After that, they must have intended to leave the lab. But they couldn't because we were in the front chamber. So they hid inside the decontamination device to avoid us.
Yeah. It still doesn't explain how the fuck they got past the gas though. Like that one, okay, I guess I get, but how the hell did they get in there to begin with?
So, if you checked inside the decontamination device on the way to the scene, you would have caught the culprit then and there.
Well, you had to check every one of them, by the way, because there was a bunch.
Yeah, but it was an emergency and we had no idea they were in there.
It's super lame to make up excuses, Master!
It's not an excuse.
I think you wouldn't have fucking known either. You didn't do anything. You were there. You didn't say anything about that.
But it is true. If I had thought about why Amapal was knocked over at that time, I would have realized the culprit was in there. We could have waited in ambush to search for them.
Yuma, come on, man. I mean, you had no idea the guy wasn't still in the back room.
And if I'd caught the culprit then, Chief Yako wouldn't have gotten stabbed.
That's like the same thing with like knowing the Zilch is under the fucking bed.
Master, wallowing in regret is even lamer. If you have time for that, you have time to keep going.
Will you stop guilting me and then like saying that I'm not that I shouldn't be guilty? I'm like, fucking make up your mind. That was interesting.
Really? Another fork in the path.
Is that a pineapple under the sea? Oh god. How did the culprit enter the lab? That is a good question.
Central question.
Deactivated security by cutting power. Never entered in the first place. Invited in by the doctor.
This is the first step to solving how the culprit committed an impossible murder.
I leave the rest to you. I'm going to read a book or something.
You can bring your own stuff into the Mystery Labyrinth?
He's just special.
Okay, so invited in by the doctor. And never entered in the first place. Deactivated security by cutting power. So it can't be this because we already saw that it exists on a separate security power thing. So that doesn't, it's not going to do anything. Right? I mean, we literally, isn't that one of the solution keys was saying that it is like, yeah. So we were the ones to disable the security. But before that, it was 90 days, so it's not this. It's like, was he invited in by the doctor? That doesn't make any sense either. I feel like it has to be he never entered in the first place?
Right here!
What the fuck?
Culprit never entered? But you said there's no doubt the culprit was in there.
I know.
Perhaps the intruder is not the culprit after all.
So you're saying that the doctor committed suicide? If the doctor committed suicide, then the culprit wasn't the intruder, but the doctor himself.
But if the doctor did it, there would be no intruder. The doctor was already in the lab.
Huh?
Huh? A trap?
Guess you were wrong, Yuma. Well, I already knew that before you entered.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
You wanted me to tell you? I should have said so earlier. People only grow by learning from past mistakes, which is why I purposely...
Master, we have to get out of here!
How do we get out?
Use logic to show how this route is the wrong one!
All right, I'll try.
Why is the doctor committing suicide not correct? Because of a fucking stab wound in his back.
That's right. The doctor was stabbed 3 times in the back.
Okay, I'm trying to do the process of elimination here. Interesting though. I think it's the first time I actually had gone like the totally wrong way like this, and but it's all voice acted, and I like that I actually still have a moment where I have to give a piece of evidence that shows why that was wrong.
One stab would have indicated that he held the knife in place, then fell on it to kill himself. But he couldn't have made 3 wounds like that. There's no way it was a suicide.
I don't know, man. I wasn't trying to say that he killed himself or anything. I was just trying to say, like, there was something else to it.
Well, I may have messed up, but at least we got a little closer to the truth.
Maybe, but if you hadn't messed up in the first place, you wouldn't have to come up with such a lame excuse.
I know. I'll do better next time.
Funny. That's the first time I've done like a big goof like that in one of these paths, but I like how they actually have you confront it. Okay, so clearly not that. It's not this one either, so it has to be that he was invited by the doctor, but the doctor seems surprised that anyone was in there. That's the only thing then.
Right here!
The doctor invited the culprit in? But why?
Things are so muddled now because we're assuming the culprit forced their way inside. If the culprit was invited to the lab, then he easily would have been able to enter.
Ah, so you think the doctor disabled the security? He wouldn't need it if he was expecting a guest.
Oh no, I'm wrong again. Wait. Hold on a second. Am I misunderstanding what this is saying? Very sure the security system was disabled an hour ago. It has not been turned on back on since then. So is security from the electricity going out not the same? Because the electricity went out, it would not keep track of it because the electricity is out. I think that's what it means. But the critical lab security system operates on a separate power system than what is managed in the electrical room. I don't know, I feel like I'm just fucking up here. Anyway, we're wrong. Again.
This route is wrong too? Again?
No need to worry, Yuma. I don't mind it at all if we can't find a way to move forward.
Sheesh. Even I'm losing motivation. You can take care of this on your own, can't you, Master?
Don't let him influence you!
Wait a minute. I'm starting to think maybe all these are wrong. I'm sort of thinking this is just, it's this.
The log on the doctor's computer didn't show any signs of security getting shut down. If that's the case, he certainly didn't cut security just to let someone in.
Okay. The fact she also commented that I did it again kind of makes me think.
No excuses, Master. Do it again.
You're tired, Yuma. Why don't you lie down for a bit?
Resting here wouldn't help me at all.
Maybe I'm just that stupid. Maybe that's what I was trying to say here. That it is the security thing, but okay. Well, process of elimination here.
Right here.
Gotta be this.
The culprit used the blackout to slip past security and into the lab. That answer is pretty simple. Almost too simple.
No, fuck. Okay, I'm not crazy. We have to do this. These are all wrong.
Huh? What? This was the last route.
This labyrinth is a tricky one. It's like one of those old detective novels. Perhaps you're the real culprit, Yuma.
Really, Master?
Of course not. Focus. We need to get out of here.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm like, damn, have I just really sucked that hard at this? No. Why is deactivated security by cutting power not a thing? Because this.
The doctor said the critical lab was on a separate grid, and the lab switchboard wasn't in the electrical room. The security wouldn't shut off, even if there was a blackout in the building.
I like how it's fucking with me though a little bit. It's because it's really making me like second guess myself too.
What's going on? Were all three routes wrong?
I wonder what it means.
What does it mean? Maybe you just gotta turn your thinking around. Like Ace Attorney, right? That's always what works for Phoenix. Oh. Door number 4.
There's another door.
I get it! Since we proved that every possibility was wrong, a new one has appeared!
There can be only one reason then.
Interesting. The Mystery Labyrinth not only materializes the case, but also changes based on your investigation.
Right. Something felt off about those other routes. It's almost like we were forced to choose the wrong way.
But by eliminating each wrong answer one by one, you opened the path to the right answer.
Yeah, when all possible routes are gone, only leaves the impossible, right?
You sound disappointed.
Who cares? Let's just see what's in the final route!
They use spectral projection to enter and kill him?
Then, the culprit is... I can't believe the culprit entered the labyrinth with us. That's never happened before. How dare you trick me! There's no escape! Once the mystery labyrinth is solved, the culprit will be judged!
He's not saying anything, he's like, God damn it. You're so wrong.
Master, let's finish up this mystery labyrinth and boom kill this dude!
Hold on!
I'm running too for some reason. Vivia's got a funny little Naruto run.
Huh? Another trap?
Wrong.
There's no way Vivia is the culprit.
Then prove it and beat this thing! I won't be convinced until you do!
Yeah. This is a really clever setup here, what they're doing. I like it. It's really playing on what, like, like player expectations too. Like Kodaka is super like in our head. He's super in my head right now. I don't know. I mean, I would be surprised if it's like this with a lot of other people as well, but he's definitely in my fucking head right now where I'm like, but I still feel like I'm like, that just didn't feel right. But of course he's like, yeah, you're going to suspect Vivia, right? Because Vivia has special protection and blah, blah, blah. You cannot touch anything while using special protection. It cannot take over someone else's body, nor can it be her. Granted, it's Vivia that said that to me, but...
To begin with, nothing can be touched while in ghost form. He couldn't have held the murder weapon, the knife.
I mean, we were in spectral form and saw that that was not something we could do. Unless we just didn't know how to, but I mean... Again, I don't think it's fucking Vivia.
So it's not possible that he stabbed the doctor. Now do you trust Vivia?
Master, I've said this 1,000 times, but a detective must suspect everything. Besides, it's his fault for being so sketchy. The way he looks, how he talks, everything is super suspicious.
Sorry. I do try to stay out of sight.
The way he said that. Sorry.
Anyway, let's go back.
This is fun.
If he's not the culprit, then we're back to square one.
There's gotta be a door 5.
Let's try going back to the fork in the path. Maybe something else changed.
Okay. So what's the other option? What is the other option?
Nothing's changed.
There aren't any new doors.
Oh.
What? There's nowhere to go? What was the point of eliminating all the other paths?
Come on.
Don't start with that again. How about you help us for a change? You better cooperate, unless you want to get chopped up by Master Solution Blade.
Oh, hold on, Shinigami.
I don't want to get chopped up. I dislike pain immensely.
I just want to die, but without the pain part.
But you know, the journey up to now wasn't a waste. We did eliminate many possibilities.
But that means nothing if we can't reach the truth.
Nothing? Why do you want the truth in the first place?
Huh?
It's easy to say you want the truth. But are you sure you can handle it?
You can't handle the truth, Yuma.
No matter how cruel that truth may be.
Whoa.
Can I handle it?
I'm still not sure if you're the kind of person who can. I bet you're not sure either. And that's why you're still so hesitant. This Mystery Labyrinth also reflects your reluctance. Maybe that's why you can't reach the truth.
What are you talking about? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't hesitate to expose the truth.
So you still haven't realized it? Guess you're not quite there yet. Well, that's fine for now. But eventually, you'll be forced to make a choice. When that happens, you have to prove your conviction and expose the truth, like you said.
Oh, I think I might understand what's happening here. I think I might know what this is. I think the truth might be that Chief Yako killed the doctor. And I don't know if who the hell stabbed Yako, right? I don't know. Whether he did it himself or that guy stabbed or whatever. Yako's not dead, so technically I wouldn't even be like getting... This isn't a Mystery Labyrinth to get rid of the person that stabbed Yako because he's not dead yet. But I think that's what's actually this might end up being, was that he's like, we're going to essentially kill and finish off Chief Yako. That's why this is significant. But how did he get in there? Is it going to be that the truth is that Yako is just not anything that he said he was? Maybe he actually does have a forte, or maybe he's like secretly an assassin or something. Like maybe that I think is what the truth is. I was trying to remember. It's like, when specifically did Yako like run away from us? And it was after we had escaped and shit started to hit the fan, and he went to go distract them on his own, right? I think that might be where this is going. Well, who Yako is then, or what that would mean, I'm not sure.
Enough nonsense. Let's find some clues.
Or whoever the fuck was also walking away from Yako.
As an apology for the distraction, let me tell you something. This labyrinth appears to change shape by reflecting our investigation. So, instead of following the revealed path, isn't it possible to carve your own path?
Carve my own path? That's right, Shinigami! We can create new routes with our own deductions. Maybe we can do it here.
Sometimes, just a slight change in perspective is enough to completely change how you see things.
I still have no idea how Yako would have been able to get in there.
So if I change my perspective here, I might see something new. I see. I was so focused on how to overcome the security system. But that's not right. I need to change my perspective and think about who could have overcome it.
Don't box yourself in with your own assumptions.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I hate when the anemic vampire tells us what to do. But if Master wants to, then fine. I'll lend you my power. Lay it all out, Master.
Swimsuit time? Yep, swimsuit time. Time to get naked. Who is capable of overcoming the security system? Babuki! No, Fuzzhead? Fuzz? Hold on, wait, no.
You can do it, Master.
Luam.
You can do it, Master.
Pal. I'm a pal. Oh, I'm a pal.
Do it, Master. You can do it, Master.
Yeah, shut up. I know. Fucking pressing the damn button. Come on. That one? There we go. Oh, it gets right. I forgot 2 letters technically count as 1 in this thing. P. There we go. Wow, I really got that one around the bend. The power of Amapal. So I guess someone just used another Amapal? But the only one they had available was the one that we used. But, I mean, like I said, I guess it could be that little short doctor guy. Stairs.
A new route appeared.
This is all thanks to me.
Perhaps I said too much. Well, nothing has been solved yet.
I wish you'd express yourself a little better. How can we tell if you're happy or sad?
I've never been happy or sad in my entire life.
No.
I want to die someday.
I want a fucking demon die today, boy.
This guy's hopeless.
Anyway, let's explore this new route.
You really plan on going forward? Fine. Come on, Vivia. Don't be down in the dumps. Thing is, Yako has been on death's door for a while now, so if it really is him, and we're just gonna finish his ass off, like, to be fair, I feel like he should have died a long time ago at this point. But I think the real, like, soul-crushing nature of it is, if that is the case, is obviously it's like, who have we been working for the whole time, right? Like, what is this? What have we been a part of? Or maybe the WDO in itself is corrupt.
The only option we know of is Amapal.
true. And that's how we were able to get through security ourselves.
But it's just a toy robot, right? How is it related to the case?
I don't know yet, but since Amapal can get through security, it must be important.
Ooh, Switch having a hard time rendering this part. Seems like that short doctor guy might have had something to do with it then.
It's sealed off here, too.
Hey, there's an intercom. Maybe someone will respond if you use it.
No way. Huh? Doctor?
Huh? Wait. What the? Wait. Who are you? Help! Somebody come help me!
Isn't this the footage of when the doctor was attacked?
Yeah, you're right.
The mystery materialized. Must be related to what the doctor just said.
Who are you was directed at who?
So the question is, who did the doctor say, who are you, to? Well, I'll leave it to you.
I don't get how you can keep reading at a time like this.
Conveniently placed chair. The culprit? No one. Amapal. One of the keys was that the doctor can't hear, right? But he can read lips. I don't imagine he'd be surprised by Amapal. I mean, I feel like it would have to be the culprit, but... Oh. The same knife was found next to Chief Yako. I'm almost wondering if maybe... Yeah, like Chief Yako used, like... Maybe this is his knife or something? I don't know. I'm trying to think ahead here, but I feel like it just has to be the culprit. Why would he say to no one? It has to be this.
I can certainly understand why you'd want to choose that. But wasn't security active at that point? I considered all the various possibilities, but I couldn't figure out a way to get past the security. If I'm right, then there is no basis to infer that someone had entered the doctor's lab at this point. Which means you can't say the doctor was directing those words to the culprit.
Yeah, that sounds right.
What the hell? I wouldn't say it to Amapal, it's a fucking robot. No one. No one?
The trap didn't activate. Does that mean we found the right answer? Huh? So the right answer is no one?
Huh?
Why would the doctor say, "Who are you?" if no one was there?
The security was still active at the time, so no one could enter the doctor's lab, right? And that was before I borrowed Amapal. So the only explanation is that no one was there.
What was the doctor's motive?
Why would he say that if no one was there?
To get us to run in there?
I think if we go there, we'll find the answer.
What? But that route's obviously just a side road. Who cares what the old geezer was thinking anyway?
But it looks like this is the only way we can go. Besides, I am curious about what was going through his mind. It could be an important factor in solving the mystery behind this case.
Still, being forced to take a side route is too much trouble. Makes me wish I was dead.
Fucking dead. Okay.
So, Master, do you have an idea about what the geezer was thinking?
Not yet, but I think it has to do with why he said, "Who are you?" I think the doctor was putting on an act.
An act? Really?
The doctor put on an act for a reason, but I have no idea why. We have to figure that out by going down this doctor's motive route.
What the fuck? Why would he do that? Oh, God.
He's here too?
You rats keep scurrying around. Do you really think you'll discover Dr. Weska's motive this way?
I don't know, man.
Good luck with that, morons! He had no motive at all!
Well, he said there's nothing here. Let's head back.
Let's listen to the floppy dick sword man.
We can't do that! If he's trying to block our path, then this route must be important.
Fine.
Ah, fuck.
I'm only here because you maggots piss me off.
Pissing me off.
So, I'm gonna end you here and now!
Doctor's notes, photo, email records,
This was all part of
room
the
eyewitness. A notebook found on the doctor's desk has diagrams of a person being splashed with sulfuric acid. Okay. Photo of a young man and a woman. Email records of Dr. Weska and Anonymous. There was a regular communication between them until just recently. According to the records, Dr. Weska was planning to escape from Kanai Ward. Right after the blackout, a researcher witnessed a dark silhouette pass through the shadows. The researcher claims it must have been the hitman. All right.
Plan?
Ugh.
He didn't have a plan at all. That exchange on the intercom wasn't an act.
Oh, God.
There was no reason to put on a show. The doctor misunderstood.
Ow.
You probably don't know this. Weska put his soul into his work.
Oh, God.
The research was going well. The doctor was loyal to Amaterasu.
No, he was not. The email records show that he was definitely not.
No, the doctor was planning on betraying Amaterasu Corporation. He was trying to escape Kanai Ward.
Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe he was trapping himself in there to get away from the Amaterasu group or something too. Maybe he was hoping we would take him in. I don't fucking know.
He said so in the messages he wrote.
You little...
Yomi's rebuttal. What was that? What was he trying to deny? Why was he covering up the doctor's motives?
It seems that this case involves the inner workings of Amaterasu.
Right. The doctor was going to betray Amaterasu. And whoever he was emailing knew that. So the doctor locked himself in the lab to protect himself from that person.
Perhaps the doctor's act had something to do with that.
Ah!
It's the security gate. Everything's locked up.
How did the doctor plan to escape Kanai
Which
Ward?
means this is a complex problem. We have to choose the right door and insert the correct solution key.
This is way more hassle than before. Guess I'll leave it to you, Yuma.
As always.
Terrorist bombing, blackout, swapping places? Swapping places? So sulfuric acid. Diagrams of a person being splashed sulfuric acid. Doing this would cause clothes and skin to melt, rendering the victim unrecognizable. I feel like it's going to be this. Stored food. There are cans of food and bottled water inside. However, there's not much of either remains. A floor plan of the lab. It was supposed to be a top secret file, but it was found hidden in a house plant. I'm curious. Are they all the same thing, by the way? It is. Was he trying to lure us in there so that he could, like, swap places with us, maybe? Pretend to... I think it's this in the doctor's notes.
The door actually opened. I knew I could let Yuma handle
Oh, shit.
Are you sure you aren't a phantom?
It is. How would that work, though? How would that work for us?
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu.
Yeah, and then he would like throw acid on them and disguise them as himself, I guess. But I feel like wouldn't they still figure that shit out?
The notes he left behind in the lab hinted at his plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid.
I guess really just melted. Good.
He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
At the very least, it'd buy him enough time to escape Kanai Ward. Or so he thought.
Wow! Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid? Yay! So cool and grotesque!
That's some Breaking Bad shit.
So who was the substitute supposed to be?
Maybe the hitman. The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape. When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured his chance had arrived. The doctor was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman and use the body as a decoy.
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to arrive.
But why would he pretend someone was in there? It's almost like he was trying to tell us that we like to get us to go in there, you know?
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up? Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman was captured by peacekeepers.
I guess maybe he just wanted anybody. I guess get to the point where they... I mean, it just seemed like any of the group here, right, wouldn't have been a right match, even if he'd used sulfuric acid on us, you know, our bodies. But I guess just figure enough, it would take longer for them to realize it wasn't him.
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plans.
And that was the act he put on by asking, "Who are you?"
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in, Yuma.
Yeah.
He was trying to lure Master?
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system, and thereby acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out.
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence. He needed visitors, people from outside to pull it off.
Interesting. Okay. Very intriguing. Okay, so...
So if I didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab...
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now.
Super sexy skeleton.
Aw, so close.
You want that?
The doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman. I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange. So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
Yeah, it's like... Would you say that, like, during when Amapal was, like, going in there? Was he, like, on our head the whole fucking time? Or something? Like, was he hanging like a monkey trapezing from the ceiling? No, that wouldn't make any sense because he would still go through a room full of gas. I have no idea, dude. What the hell?
Where are we?
Holy shit, sudden art style change.
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
Oh shit, are we about to watch Monaco Theater? Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master, this looks like an important turning point!
Yeah?
So,
Shinigami, have a stick up your ass.
Your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet.
The culprit entered the lab before Amapal.
Master, you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside. Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. It's life or death! We're at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your last. Now, Master, which one will you choose?
The culprit entered the lab before Amapal. No, he didn't. Oh, okay, I guess. Yes.
When I directed Amapal to go into the doctor's lab, he already had a knife stuck in him.
Yeah.
Which means he was murdered before Amapal entered the doctor's lab.
Your answer?
Well, I already know it's right because you just whacked me away in the other one. I almost feel like you should just give me a game over.
Is correct! Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
Is this like a reference to something?
Little by little, we're narrowing down when the culprit entered.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet.
So that one just ended up being, yeah, it was actually as obvious as it was. That one was me thinking, oh, it has to be that. No, they did it at the same time as Amapal, you know? I mean, technically did see it, but I just thought, I don't know, maybe rode in on him somehow and then like ran over and fucking killed him before he turned to the side. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It had to be between when we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapal entered his lab. During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
But Fubuki waited at the front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow
Right.
Amapal. She said no one entered or left the lab.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Huh? We're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in. Yuma, there's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
Okay. Where was the culprit before the crime?
This is a map of the critical lab.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time. Let's start with this mystery.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear too. Do you know where, Yuma?
Oh. Oh. They were here.
Here.
They were already in the tunnel.
Must have been here.
Yeah. They were already in the tunnel in the vent, more than likely.
Yay! It opened!
After the exchange on the intercom, given there was always a detective at the front chamber, when we went to borrow Amapal, the culprit had to have already made their way inside. But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system. There, the culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, another mystery solved. Just how far are you planning to go, Yuma? Which means he was probably up in the vent.
I thought he was just hiding in there to avoid being spotted after the crime. So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
Yeah, the culprit was waiting for their chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapel into the airlock.
And from there, Yuma, you guided Amapel to the doctor's lab. So the culprit entered the doctor's lab before then?
Right.
How would that be possible?
Right.
Only Amapel could get past security, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's the next big question.
Maybe the culprit used another Amapel unit.
No, the researcher mentioned there was only one
Right.
functional Amapel.
Which means the Amapel Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
So the culprit must have taken advantage of Master's Amapel to get into the doctor's lab.
Yeah, that's the only way. But how did they use it? There's no solving the doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Well, I have an idea. Look, hear me out.
What is it?
How about giving up? I'm getting tired.
Nope, motion denied.
Problem is that, like, he couldn't avoid the gas, right? I mean...
Another fork in the road? Such a complicated mystery labyrinth.
I mean... Toxic gas is bacterial, so regular gas masks are ineffective. Even if you hold your breath, it can be absorbed through the skin. There are no effective treatments for it in existence. It takes about 30 minutes after exposure for the toxin to spread, and death is certain. Anyone want to force their way through the toxic gas chamber would need a spacesuit. Is it possible that they just took it? That they just fucking ate shit and rode in on Amapal or something? But the thing is, then how did they get in there in the room before Amapal? I don't know, man. Because they can still technically, like, get in there to eat the gas and not die, right? But then they'd also have to get past the code. So how would they know the code? Fuck, dude. I don't know, man. This is a crazy one. How did the culprit use Amapal?
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
As a weapon, as a shield, neither. Can you get inside this thing? Control via tablet, watch the camera from the eyes and use the key buttons to control it. Communicated. Versectomy means the arms are ball-shaped. Extending or retracting the arm that controls the camera and body do not function. I mean, maybe he got hopped inside of it? Not as a weapon, but as a shield?
Huh? What do you mean, use Amapal as a shield?
Amapal is supposed to be sturdy enough to withstand an elephant stepping on it, right? The culprit may have used Amapal as a shield against the security system.
So, the culprit followed behind Amapal to avoid the toxic gas and explosions?
I get it! You're so smart, Master!
Really? I don't think so.
Hey! Master just showed off how smart and logical he is.
Uh-oh. Amapal!
Master wasn't smart after all!
No!
Come on, take it from the top!
Focus. Toxic gas can be bypassed with Amapal. Yes.
It's gonna crush us!
No. No?
Yeah! Even if Amapal itself is fine, it wouldn't be able to protect the culprit from the toxic gas.
That's what I've been saying before, but... High voltage shocks can be bypassed with Amapal. No.
Even though Amapal is sturdy, it couldn't withstand the high voltage shock from the panel chamber.
I just backed this room again? Yep.
Which means it'd be impossible to use Amapal to protect yourself.
You're only realizing this now. At this rate, you'll be a grandpa before you stop being a rookie.
Perhaps you will improve in the next life.
I'm trying my best in this life.
Okay, I think this one is just... I think that one was actually an actual fuck up that was not necessary. I don't know how would it be as a weapon? I think it's gonna be neither then.
Do you think neither is really the right answer?
Given the process of elimination, that must be it. Amapal's hands aren't designed to hold anything, so it couldn't use the knife to murder the doctor.
Right.
Which means Amapal wasn't the murder weapon, and the culprit couldn't have used it as a shield. It can't neutralize the toxic gas, and the high voltage shock would destroy it.
So then, how did the culprit use Amapal?
I think we'll find out if we continue down this path.
Okay.
That was the wrong answer! Come on, Master!
What? No, we're back here. No, that was the right answer. Shut up.
Ow!
Huh?
We've been here before. It looks like we've been brought back.
But the door we opened earlier is closed again. Why's that?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Where was the culprit before the crime?
Huh? Even the question is the same. Does that mean we gotta do it all over again?
Well, the logic is still sound. There's no other hiding spot for the culprit besides the airlock.
So you want to choose the same answer and keep going?
If you do, you'll just repeat the whole process again. We'll just be brought back here if we can't figure out how did the culprit use Amapal.
This is wild, dude. What the shit?
And I refuse to walk any more than I have to.
Hey, don't sit down!
Was he inside the thing? Is it possible?
What should I do?
Stand up! Stand up right now!
Stop it.
Stop
Leave
it.
me alone.
Stop it.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master out!
Fine. Just one thing then. We're back at... Where was the culprit before the crime? Because you're stuck at... How did the culprit use Amapal? With that in mind, these two questions are connected.
Connected? Both the culprit's location and how Amapal was used?
Help him out more! More!
The culprit was hiding in the airlock, where you also left the robot, right? At that moment, only the culprit and Amapal were there. So maybe the culprit did something.
And he did. Did he, like, get inside the robot? But do we even know if it's, like, hollow inside of it?
The culprit did something to Amapal?
Clues are always there, right under your nose. It's a detective's job to notice them. Did you notice anything strange back then? Any tiny detail? Try to remember.
Something strange.
Oh, it took the picture went out for a second, right? Or it took a second to come on?
Hey, now that you mention it, back then.
Oh, hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapal sees. It's like the cockpit of a mecha.
Whoa, what was that? Did it break already?
I thought it was state of the art.
No, it's all right. It's stabilized. There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while I was controlling Amapal. It returned to normal pretty quick, but maybe...
See? I told you it was right under your nose. You don't need any additional help from me, right?
That was a clue to help solve this mystery?
Actually, everything in this world is a key to solving mysteries. You just haven't noticed them. Perhaps there is more you're overlooking. Was there anything else unusual?
Something unusual. Something I missed.
Anything else? It's not like Amapal's camera showed the culprit.
Wait, that's it!
Huh?
Now that I think about it, wasn't that strange? The culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapal, but why didn't they ever show up on the camera? If the culprit went past Amapal to enter the doctor's lab, they would have been spotted for sure.
Now that you mention it...
But nobody showed up on camera. How did the culprit manage to pull that off? How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's lab without appearing even once on Amapal's camera?
Maybe when he was like pushing the button, because he can't move when the button's pushed, so he was stuck there, so he ran past him?
Hey, aren't you just adding another mystery?
No. All the pieces are here.
Huh?
Yuma, the mysteries you face now can be solved with a single answer.
A single answer?
Sheesh. I talk too much.
How did the culprit use Amapal? Why didn't the culprit appear on camera?
Mystery after another!
What caused Amapal's malfunction in the airlock?
What do you do now? It's a Pandora's box of mysteries!
Let's stay calm and think about it. There's plenty of time.
Or not.
Or not. I'll keep reading while you wrap things up.
Remember what he said, Master. All it takes is one answer to solve these mysteries. Use those weak brain cells of yours and think!
Culprit's location. Amapal's usage.
He had to have been inside Amapal. That's the only thing. It must be that he like opened it up and got inside of it. But the thing is like, do we even know if there's actually, it doesn't say anything in here about his design having like an empty shell, like a spot for a person to sit inside of him. Yeah, I feel like it's sort of assuming a lot.
Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? All of this can be solved with just one answer?
Inside, Amapal. Inside? No! It isn't inside. It was on top of his head? What? He's playing with his weapon as transportation. What caused Amapal's malfunction? Culprit jumped on it. They were on top of the head. They were inside Amapal. They were on top of the head.
I got it! The culprit rode on Amapal's head, using it as a method of transportation.
See, that's what I was thinking at one point, but we were like, but he'd still eat the gas.
The door opened!
So it was, okay, so I had an earlier theory about that, I think, right? That was like, yeah, was he just riding on his head, but he would still eat the gas? And that's why I think, did he just eat it? Did he just fucking take the gas?
With every open door, it will be harder for you to turn back. Are you sure you want to keep going?
That's it. Like, I think I'd come to that conclusion, and then they were like, "No, that's impossible because you ate the gas or whatever." Or like they suggested that they wouldn't be able to use him as a shield, I guess, which maybe was what I was saying before. But I don't know. I can't remember. This shit's getting so like deep and complicated now, where it's like I'm like, where was I when I thought this thing? So, yeah, how did he get around the gas? My thought is that he just didn't.
Absolutely. I will find the truth no matter what. This is for the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Oh, it's gonna be Yako. It's totally gonna be Yako. That's why he looked at him like that.